New at 11, President Trump denying reports he plans to replace Director of National Intelligence Dan Coats.
But according to two senior administration officials, preliminary discussions are already underway. That's amid concerns the president may fire him. President Trump is reportedly still furious about Coats' testimony that contradicted what he said about the threat posed by North Korea.
I'm hearing from sources around the White House there's just general disappointment of the president with Director Coats. There's a feeling that maybe there needs to be a change of leadership.
President Trump said today that he hasn't thought about firing Coats, rather. Indiana Representative Jim Banks said he believes the reports are false, but said it'd be a terrible decision if Coats is fired.
Director Coats is a true American patriot, a statesman. He served this president well. And oftentimes when I go to the White House for meetings, Director Coats is in those meetings with President Trump as well. So I know there's a relationship there that's strong.
White House officials say they are preparing for Coats' departure, but are unclear how long he'll remain in his job.
All right, we are learning new information about a plot prosecutors say was devised to kill a Berrien County soldier. Jeremy Quayler and Kamaya Hassel are charged with the murder of Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III. Hassel was found shot to death outside his father's home on New Year's Eve. Witnesses testified Kamaya and her alleged lover Jeremy used Snapchat to communicate and began plotting Sergeant Hassel's death while the three were stationed in Korea. Sergeant Hassel's father says it was hard to see his daughter-in-law in court today.
It's tough, man, especially knowing that now that she said she would have divorced him today, so that's showing some type of remorse, some type of meaning that she's sorry, but that's definitely hard.
Their trial will begin on April 30th.
That's really hard.
At 11, Empire actor Jussie Smollett now facing charges of disorderly conduct and filing a false police report. Both felonies carry up to 3 years in jail. Chicago police say he lied about being a victim of a hate crime and orchestrated an attack by two men. Smollett denies the allegations. Detectives now plan to present evidence before a grand jury.
South Bend's LGBTQ Center says changes to an Indiana hate crime bill fail to recognize the impact of hate in our state on the most vulnerable. Indiana's Senate removed sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, race, and other protected classes from the proposed law. Instead, it added judges can consider bias in general as an aggravating circumstance. Supporters of the change say this makes the bill more fair to everyone. Those opposed say it leaves victimized groups without protections.
The question becomes, what's wrong in Indiana? Why cannot they pass a clear, meaningful bias crime in the state of Indiana? What are we afraid of? Are we afraid of the words race, religion, color, sex, gender identity, disability, national origin, ancestry, sexual orientation, and age?
Governor Eric Holcomb says the Senate changes do not get the state off the list of states without a bias crime law. Indiana is one of only 5 states without one.
All right, here's a look outside in Elkhart. Still breezy out there, and that's going to be the theme here for the next few hours. But the breeze is good. It helps reduce the potential for fog. That's why visibility now across the region at 10 miles. So good news there. It's 35 South Bend, LaPorte, 34 Niles, 36 in Elkhart, 35 Ligonier, 36 Stevensville, and in Benton Harbor. Storm tracker radar locally all clear up by Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids. A little bit of snow up that way, but nothing significant to our west, which means a pretty nice day tomorrow. Your full forecast is coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. Imagine no longer having to go to work, instead staying in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah, that is what's happening to some employees at the Liberty Mutual branch in Mishawaka. WSBT 22's Lauren Becker is in the studio. And Lauren, they're starting a transition to virtually work from home.
Yeah, Dane, the company says it's to improve the service model and save money. The transition has already happened in 2 other cities, including Indianapolis, and now Mishawaka is next. The building currently has 470 employees working on a daily basis. 230 of them work in customer service, who will start working from home in May. The pay and the benefits will remain the same. However, 18 positions will be cut, and those affected can apply for other positions within the company or take the offered outplacement.
There are certainly some cost savings, but you know, at the end of the day, that's done in a manner of not at all diminishing the service that we are delivering every day to our customers.
Liberty Mutual will not need as much space at the Mishawaka location, so the building will be put on the market for sale. If and when the building sells, the company will decide where to put the remaining 240 employees. Dayne.
All right, Lauren, thank you. New at 11 tonight, Michigan's legislature now asking the state Supreme Court to step in on a debate over the paid minimum wage increase. Lawmakers changed those laws after voters passed them during the election. Democrats say the adopt and amend strategy is unconstitutional. Now Republicans are asking for the Supreme Court's opinion.
That's what it's provided for in the Constitution. And so you're right, it's not necessarily binding. It kind of depends on how they respond.
What this is about for me is making sure that we're giving workers the paid sick time that they deserve, and about making sure that people have a living wage.
Michigan Supreme Court could decide not to take up the issue, and if so, it will be left to Attorney General Dana Nessel.
Dayne, Michigan lawmakers are also trying to raise the age of who gets tried as an adult in the criminal justice system. Right now, 17-year-olds can be tried as an adult for certain crimes. Bipartisan bills want to raise it to 18. Similar bills have died over funding issues. The new push now looks for funding through the Treasury Department.
When everybody's talking about money, let's talk about the real deal. It's those children we need to make sure that we make them productive members of society, that we give them the fighting chance that they deserve.
Committees will now review the bills before heading to the full legislature.
Construction will soon begin on a new outdoor training facility for the Goshen Fire Department. The $375,000 facility will be built using shipping containers. Firefighters will get the chance to take part in hands-on training involving controlled fires.
We'll be able to do exterior operations with our ladder trucks, laddering the structure itself. We'll be able to go inside, and we'll have true live fire conditions, which we can't do currently.
The new facility could open by July. The department hopes it becomes a regional training facility for departments in surrounding counties.
Kids at the Juvenile Justice Center are escaping their reality with a new program. With the help of a grant, the county library brings in books to spark educational discussions with underserved or at-risk teens. All of the books have themes to get the kids talking and thinking about how the stories relate to their lives.
We really want to keep working on strengthening our relationship with the JJC and the residents here, and connecting them to the library in the future, because we want them to know it's a resource. So if they need something, they want to read, they want to check out books, they know they can connect with that and know where to go.
And see how the kids are benefiting from this program in a new story tomorrow on WSBT 22 News at 6.
Looks like a good one. All right, coming up, an award-winning Latina actress visiting Notre Dame to talk about the challenges facing the industry.
Yeah, and the Kelly Cares Foundation now helping families in need get food on the table.
Plus, cutting for a cause, some local students sporting new dues to help others.
And it's a soggy night as we look live in South Bend. Matt's tracking when it clears up. Still ahead.
First to cover breaking news with Todd Connor and Dayne Marae. Your accurate first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Matt Rudkin. And sports with Pete Byrne. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 11.
The only Latina with a coveted EGOT, an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony visited Notre Dame today.
That's right. Rita Moreno, best known for her role in West Side Story, spoke on the obstacles minorities face in the theater business. She also talked about her role in the Steven Spielberg reboot of West Side Story and why the film is crucial in today's political climate.
You're going to find some Latinos also who will say, why are you doing this now? You know, everything is so terrible right now. Everything really is, but that shouldn't stop you from doing a project that's a project of great admiration on behalf of the people who are involved in making this film.
There's not yet a release date for the movie. Moreno did say there is a crucial change in this reboot. Spielberg is only casting Hispanics in the Puerto Rican roles.
New at 11, the Kelly Cares Foundation now working to feed hungry children in South Bend. The organization is partnering with Notre Dame and Cultivate Culinary to pilot a weekend meal service program at Madison STEAM Academy. 100 kindergarten and first graders will receive free backpacks with 8 nutritious meals for the weekend. The program will run weekly through May 31st with goals of expanding it next year. Kelly Cares is presenting a check at Madison Steam this Friday. Well, 4 7th graders at Grissom Middle School are cutting their hair for a good cause.
Ella, Abby, Lily, and Georgia are teaming up with Salon Nouveau and Children with Hair Loss to donate at least 8 inches. They're calling it Short Hair Because We Care. The girls are hoping this will inspire other students and families to also donate their hair to children who can't grow it themselves.
I've been wanting to donate my hair for a while now, and I was kind of inspired by other girls in my group, Ella Smoker and Georgia Poe, because they've donated their hair before, and I was kind of like, maybe we should donate our hair as a group.
12 people turned up to the event to get their hair cut and turned into wigs. The girls hope to do the event again next year.
I have a daughter their age. It's a big deal to get your hair cut.
That
when you like it
is,
long,
yeah,
right?
good for them though.
Yeah, great for them. Coming up, a bed built for kids taking shape, and it's other kids behind the success.
Plus, they're the first of a kind in our area since girls started joining Boy Scouts. What the all-girls scout troop plans to accomplish coming up next.
37 and 26 the numbers today. Pretty close to average for this time of year with 3/10 of an inch of snow. So for the season, we're about 10 inches below average, at least by this date. Your forecast coming up after the break.